1. Sonic.exe together with different variations of the same will be the antagonists of the mod versus Sonic.exe, which was developed by Right Wars Ultra. Mainly the versions of Sonic.exe versions were made by being the Japan Abrasion, Looney Dude and the most important JC Hyena, who created the Sonic.exe. It is born for the first time in a creepypasta posted on a page during the year 2011. Unfortunately, it was removed because, according to the administrators of the page, the quality of the story was very poor. After a year in 2012, the user MI5 Crimson would release a playable version based on the creepypasta. PewDiePie, one of the most famous YouTubers of that time, got to play it. Thanks to this, Sonic.exe managed to become quite well known as some things nowadays. Sonic.exe looks like regular Sonic, except that there are several notable differences in its appearance. EXE's fur is a darker blue, less sleek and more unkempt. Its fur is also paler with a black color that fades into his, fading to black on his forearms, hands, forelegs and feet are seen to have claws that may be black or purple. It has a wide mouth and its teeth 1. have fangs and they are yellow. It has black eyes usually accompanied by red irises, although this can vary. Always seems to produce blood under its eyes even when it is not actually crying in the case of this representation of Sonic.exe. It seems that sometimes an extra pair of hands during his pose. There also appear two purple tendrils out of his mouth in the case of Majin. Sonic is similar to the normal Sonic but with a soft purple hue around it. A smiling deformed face. A deformed and smiling face similar to moving face. Also wears blue shoes instead of the usual red. Passing Lord X has a similar appearance to classic Sonic. Similar to classic Sonic but with several differences. He has a more faded fur to the point that it is almost gray. Almost gray whiskers around his ears, the shape of an X in his pupils. On his pupils and an X respecting his stomach. The X does not stand for a certain page already known by the ports but of a cult to which he happily belongs, is similar to Sonic.exe. This representation of Lord X has a long, neon pink long tongue as seen in his pose. And the last and least important would be Senki.mpg, which looks like Sonic although on second thought, but drawn in with simple dots instead of the usual eyes. Sonic. Instead of the usual eyes. Shinique is deformed water because here it is like a Shinique from Sonic. A Shinique from Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe considers itself as a god, a being superior to any other, although in spite of this Sonic.exe, he does have as his idol the normal Sonic.exe. To the point of obsession. The story begins when a young man named Tom receives a note from Kyle Sound, who had sent him a CD with the name Sonic.exe. Kyle tells him to destroy the disc, that it was too late for him. Tom ignores the warning and starts to slowly realizes that the game was cursed after seeing how a rather strange Sonic killed the characters he had in a macabre way. Tom feels that this is the end of his life that sooner or later would come. For him, to everyone's surprise, a new character appeared. But girlfriend, being a demon like Sonic or even more powerful or less, he manages to save him and both end up leaving the place. The jump scare of the song to Slow have some resemblance with the screen at the end of Sonic's game. .exe where it says I am God. If we lose an honey boyfriend will be forced to dance with Sonic.mpg, a fate worse than death. There are several codes that we can use to unlock memes, images and even songs through the Sente menu. So as not to make the video longer, for those who will leave an image with the codes without spoiler of what they give. Lord X uses heavily edited versions of the Tricky's voice sample, although sometimes confused with Sonic's Scream.exe. The mod icon is the same as the icon of the original Sonic.exe. Curiously, both games were published in the month of August, having 9 years apart. The song Tuzlo has 28 seconds of duration before starting, being one of the few mods to do this unlike the other two songs. Hidden. To be able to face song key you must press the arrow keys up, down, left, right and in that order. Press enter on the title screen. Although it is not 100% confirmed, the new trailer shows that it is very likely that he is in the 2.0 update.